Okay, thank you everyone. This is the last session for the week. Not to forget that we have one more session next Saturday after all the Deepavali celebrations have and we have filled ourselves with all the murukus that we can. But I'm so excited that this is the last session because then we'll have a lot of time over the weekend to ponder, to think, and to just live what we have been doing this whole week. And I want to introduce Raja to you. So Raja is, I would say, he's a dear friend, he's a mentor. He's known me my entire life, and I've known him for my entire life as well. And he's seen me since I was, freshly out of the oven of my mom's womb. And so it brings me great joy to also share him with you in this space. Raja has 26 years of experience in leadership development and change management. He has worked with more than 150 clients from multiple sectors like the government, social development, education, and business. Currently, he offers interventions in the areas of leadership training, coaching, change facilitation, and facilitating dialogues. He uses deep approaches like the fifth discipline, theory, you, and time to think. He lives in Bangalore, India, where I hope some of you have had the pleasure of visiting. If not, it's a great place to go. His current passion is mastering and offering dialogue as a conversational form in place of the majority practice of debate. And currently he is one of the few certified facilitators of time to think in Asia, and I think the first in India. So I'm so glad that you are here, Raja. And with that, I'm going to hand it over to you to take us through this.
Yeah. So my request is whoever can come on camera, it'll be beautiful. If you're driving, then it's fine. Otherwise, the basic idea is to make it almost close to face. That's the idea. Yeah. So, yeah, thanks for signing up for this session. And I have sent you the PDF of the presentation by mail to each one of you. So quickly check the mail and you can keep it on the side or whatever so that you have, because I'm not going to present anything because I would prefer having faces than slides. Can we start? Everybody has it?
Okay. I have mine.
So if you look at the introduction slide, this time to think, if you go to timetothink.com, you will find a lot of material. Yeah, a lot of material is there, what programs they offer. And there is also one person who's a faculty. I forgot his name. She's there in Singapore. Yeah. So basically, time to think is not something new, but it's been there for long, but probably more well known. It looks like in UK and South Africa and not much in Asia. So that's what the reality is. So basically, if you look at one of the statements in the book, any book you would read is the quality of everything people do depends on the quality of the thinking they do first. So basically, this is a method which improve the quality of thinking a person can do independently. Yeah. So what we will do is today, I'm going to introduce you to, there are 4 building blocks. I'm going to do 3 of them. And also there are 10 components which defines if you want to be a thinking environment for someone else, what behavior should you embody? So these are the, in simple sense, we will have practice of 3 and a little bit of me speaking about these things. Kathy, am I too fast, too slow? Okay, yeah. So when you look at rounds is nothing but hearing and including every voice. So it's like a table where you sit around and then talk. And if you go to the next slide, slide number 3. So in a round, this is probably very easy for any of us to practice. You don't need any major thing. Any question you have as a facilitator, you present the question, then give the time for each person. For example, if we say in this round, everybody will speak for 30 seconds or 60 seconds or 2 minutes, people should stick to it. And then call out that direction. Basically, since you will see calling out the direction is, we have something called virtual roundtable. You would see it in here itself, you will see the picture. And ask whoever is ready to start, then either go clockwise or anti-clockwise. That's all the facilitator tells. Then participants speak when their turn comes in VRT. They self-manage their time. The most important thing in the round is, many a times you would have experienced as a participant, you would have seen in participants. When someone is speaking, the person who's not spoken is thinking about what I'm going to think and speak, right? Here, the idea is very simple. When someone is speaking, don't think about what you're going to say. Give 100% attention to that person. When your turn comes, what you have to say will come to you. Yeah. And absolutely no interruption. Whether you agree, disagree, anything, you are not going to interrupt the person till they complete. So that is what the round is. So next one is virtual roundtable. You can see page slide 4. It helps in, especially in this whole pandemic. I have done everything only online. Like I was telling Kathy, only this week, last 4 days, I went for a face-to-face workshop. So one of the things that really helped me is to, I don't need to call out names of people at all if I use virtual roundtable. And you can go clockwise or anti-clockwise, and people will follow the sequence. And each person has a set time for every round, and they are going to manage with their phone or clock, and they will stop. And no interruption while anyone else is speaking. And when the round happens, somebody is not yet ready with the idea, they can pass. And the facilitator at the end of it goes back to the person and says, do you want to say anything now? And if they don't have anything, it's perfectly fine. So that's what virtual roundtable is. Yeah. So what we are going to do, the other thing is, whenever we start any meeting, we do positive opening round and positive closing. Previously, before this methodology, I have asked in the opening, what are your anxieties and fears about this workshop? Today, I have stopped last 2 years asking any question, starting, ending, which will bring in negativity or negative emotions to people. Yeah. So what is positive opening round we are going to do? Each of you are going to talk about what is one quality that you have, you're proud of. Yeah. You don't need to explain. For example, maximum 2 sentences should be more than enough. Yeah. And we are saying 30 seconds per person, and we go clockwise in VRT. You can look at next slide, slide number 6. This is what the VRT is. You can put any nice picture you want and keep it ready, and participants will follow it. Yeah. Okay. So the question is, what is one quality that you have that you're proud of? So whoever starts, we go clockwise. Whoever is not there, skip and move. Who would go first?
Go first. I guess one quality that I have is being a responsible person. Do I need to elaborate?
No, more than enough. Yeah.
I take responsibility seriously.
Okay, I'll go next, Vivian. One quality that I have is that I'm able to interact well with people. People like coming to me, and talk to me. If you're comfortable talking to me.
No, but who after Barry, who spoke first? Barry, right? Yeah. So then Vivian spoke, correct? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Then let's go this way. Yeah.
Rina is not here, so next is Azwa.
Okay, JJ here. For me, it's resilience. It's been that quality in me since small until now.
Okay,
So
wait a minute. Now, after Barry, please look at your VRT slide number 6.
yeah,
So after Barry,
okay, I'm last.
Vivian spoke. Rina is not there. Next is Azua.
Okay,
Actually, you are going anti-clockwise. It is fine, but still follow the table.
okay, sorry.
Who's next? Azua.
Okay, for me, I believe that trust with confidence is important. When we speak, how sincere are we on delivering that will impact the audience or the people around us, whether they will trust us and they will open up to us. That's my point.
Chati, Zoe is not there. Am I right?
Zoe is driving.
Okay. Malar is
I
there.
think she's going to, are you going to unmute Zoe?
Yes, thank God for Malacca's traffic lights. So one of the qualities I would say is consistency. I would try my best to do things over and over and over again. If I break the cycle, then I will do it the next day.
Yeah.
Next.
Mine, Mala here. Mine is frankness. Next.
Thankful. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. After Mala is me, right? Cityful.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. One of the quality that I believe that I'm proud of is being communicative. Thank you.
Yeah. One of the quality that I have, Andy here, is just simply being thankful for life. Yeah.
So Ching here, one of the quality that I'm proud of myself is actually kind.
Rupa here, one of the qualities I regard highly in myself is that I am consensus minded. I always try to seek the middle ground in order to move things forward.
Rome is not here, so I'm next. One of the qualities that I'm very proud of is my empathy, and that I tap into what people are feeling, and I also bring that to others.
JJ, I guess, or
I think
Krista.
Krista is here.
Yeah.
Hi, Krista here. One of the qualities that I have, I think, is optimism. Yeah.
Hi, JJ here. I repeat again what I've said earlier. It's resilience. Ever since small and until now, never give up, pursue.
Okay. Okay, it's my turn. So I think one of the qualities I really celebrate is I can see connections which don't seem that obvious. Patterns and connections that are not very obvious to people, I will be able to see those connections. So that's one quality I possess. Is there anyone now? Barry is next. Barry is the one who started, right?
We
So
also have Isabel and Selva who have just joined in too.
yeah, so they can. Who goes first?
I can go first.
Yeah.
The quality that I have is empathy. Yes.
Hi everyone, I'm Salva. The quality that I have is adaptability. So it's able to adapt to according to the situation, according to the person, and the adaptability. Thank you.
Yeah. So this is exactly what a round is. And all of you would have done it. The key here is you have a very specific question. And the most important thing is everybody has equal time. When you facilitate normally, one person will speak for 10 minutes, another person will speak for 1 minute. Here, everybody has equal time. So that's the whole thing. And since all of you are facilitators, having a good question is always critical. Yeah, so now I'll kind of spend some time on what is time to think and the fundamentals. So if you look at slide number 7, it's an approach that helps people develop independent thinking, not exchange thinking. So exchange thinking is usually I am responding to your thinking with my thinking, right? That's what most of the time we do. Whereas independent thinking is I am thinking for myself without being affected by what your thinking is. So that's what independent thinking is. And the key here is there are 3 kinds of listening. The first one is listening to respond, right? This is what most of the time we do, especially at home with a child, with a spouse. The moment they say, we don't even allow them to finish because we want to respond, right? The next one is we listen to understand. Many a time we call it empathy, right? We want to understand the feelings, emotions, the thoughts. But the one you have to develop as a time to think facilitator is listening to ignite, which means I am listening so that you can go beyond your usual realm of thinking. Yeah. So it's even when I went through last 2 years, it's a very, very different kind of listening. It's not the same listening we normally do. Yeah. So that is the thing. And this method believes interruption is a violence in a conversation. So these are some basic fundamentals. I will just finish all the few slides, and then if any of you have questions, I'll respond before we go to the next exercise. So like I talked about, there are, you can go to the next slide. Slide number is not there. It's 8, I guess. So typically there are 4, in some sense, methods, which are thinking pairs, dialogue, rounds, and open discussion. These 4 are considered the building blocks. Apart from that, there is presentation in time to think way. Then there is counsel. These are for facilitators. Apart from that, there is time to talk, which helps in conflict resolution. Then there's a thinking session, which is more towards the coaching side. Yeah. But the fundamental 4 are these: thinking pair, dialogue, rounds, and open discussion. Since it's 1.5 hours, I thought we will not be able to do all 4. So you will at least experience the first 3. Yeah. And then the most important thing is the next 3 slides. Time to think talks about 10 components. Components are nothing but behaviors that a time to think facilitator or a coach has to exhibit. So what are they? First one is attention. One is attention means listening without interruption, which itself is difficult for many people. But the second part is far more difficult to get. You listen with an interest in where the person will go next in their thinking. Your curiosity is not just about listening what the person says, where will this person go next? So that's the difference. And if you go to Time to Think website, there is one web page only about all the 10 components. Equality is the next component. So basically, at least one thing that here we establish in Time to Think is at least equality in terms of time. You may be hierarchically in organizations, different people, but here everybody gets equal time. Ease is discarding internal urgency. So what research shows, whenever we are in urgency, adrenaline is pumped into our brain. And adrenaline is for fight or flight mode. It is for survival. It is not for thinking. So the more adrenaline gets pumped, the quality of thinking goes down. So ease is, you are not in urgency, you are relaxed, you are not in competition. That is what urgency, ease is all about. And next is appreciation. I think most of you seem to be from Asian culture. In Asian culture, we think about the mistakes and problems more than what is going well. And I think as facilitators and consultants, you would have seen, you go and ask a company what is well, they'll spot maybe 2 minutes. You ask them what is not going well, they'll give you a lecture for half an hour, right? So there's a disproportionate focus on what is not good, which makes us blind to the total reality, right? And here appreciation is also about, you will see in every building block, people who work have to appreciate a quality they saw in each other. Yeah. Feelings, yeah. Though again, we don't block the feelings, I think you all know, because release of emotion helps brain to think better. Then next one is encouragement. Again, here it's a very nice way. Encouragement is giving courage to the other person so that they can go to the unexplored edge of their thinking. And the key thing is, we have to be watchful, not only the way we are, the way we sit, and even inside the way we are thinking, we are not competing with the other person, right? Most organizations, when you work, somebody always says, my thinking is better than your thinking. And that is what doesn't help. And next is information, which is absorbing the facts. In case there is a need for information to be provided, it has to be provided. And the other one is difference. Difference previously used to be known as diversity. Basically, each of us have different lived experiences, right? So even in Malaysia, I think each part of Malaysia, the history and the lived experience may be different. Especially in a country like India, I come from south of India. I cannot understand the lived experience of people who have fought wars, I don't know how many years, right? Every time they have fought the wars. So I don't even understand their lived experience. So, which is basically championing inherent diversity of identity and thought. And the last one, extremely important again. For example, when we do session, you will see in this session, I will drink water. If I feel like eating, I will eat. The belief is your body has to be taken care of. The chair, the room, the environment, the body has to be taken care of so that we are there fully for the other person. Yeah. And the 10th one is called incisive questions. We are not going to use it, so you can go and check it out in the website. Yeah. Any question any of you have? Quickly, we can handle a couple of questions before the next exercise.
Okay, questions. Why is it that we have to follow, or why is it recommended that we follow the VRT instead of leaving it open for the audience or the participants to volunteer the thoughts? So that I feel that VRT will put people under pressure because they have to speak when the turn is up.
Yeah. So basically, in my experience, that's what I used to do when we were doing face-to-face. I will not go in a sequence. Anybody who feels like talking, we allow them to talk. But in online, many a time, people do not follow a discipline. Some people take more time. Some people are not even in camera. Some people are sleeping. So it kind of brings in a discipline.
Okay, I see your point. It is an online situation.
Yeah, in online situation, you use a VRT. Otherwise, you can decide to go. But the key here is in round, everybody has to self-manage time. Nobody will have more than given time. That has to be ensured.
So you cut them off when the time is up. You will tell them.
Facilitator, you just show this.
Okay, all right. Thank you, thank you.
Okay, so if there are no questions, let me just summarize something. See, for example, if you read the 10 components, right? At least this 9 components, leaving the incisive questions. When I did the first session 2 years back, there was an online test. I think still it is there. I realized the problem for me, and I found out ease is a problem for me. Because I'm always on time, do more, push more, faster. So 2 years now I have been working on ease. Okay. Not only in the session, even at home, with my mother, with my son, with my spouse. And finally, I found a somatic experience therapist who helped me to embrace more ease. And I remember recently, I have worked with only one person. She said very interestingly, she said, previously when I was meeting you in Zoom, the way you talk to me, I felt like this. You're doing this to me. And she said, now I can really experience ease. Yeah. So many of these qualities I realized is the 10 components are not just for this. I really thought in the last 2 years, if I can live all the 10 components, I'll be a wonderful human being. Yeah, so that's why I got excited with this. And the second reason I got excited is because it really helps us to go into dialogue than debate. So those are the 2 reasons. Okay, so let's get into the first exercise. We are doing thinking pairs. This is slide number 12. So in one line, it is thinking for oneself in depth with the partners listening. Yeah. So what do we do in that? 2 people offer to be thinking in environment for each other. Let's say, for example, I'm going to be working with Kathy as a partner. Then I offer myself as a thinking environment. That time she thinks, I keep quiet and just be there and live the 10 components. That's the whole thing. Yeah. And then I have seen sometimes when I worked with many colleagues, there are times people will be silent. It doesn't mean they're not thinking. Probably they're thinking deeper. And there are times people told me, let me take time to write down. But the key is whatever they do, that allotted time, I give them undivided attention. Then like I said, the person, whoever is the thinking environment, actually holds the components. And when a person is done, then the next person has equal time. And then always thinking pair, when you do, you will give 2 extra minutes so that they can appreciate each other. So this is what thinking pairs are. So we are going to do a thinking part. Next slide 14. So you're going to do thinking pair. One of the things I want to tell you is that whatever question is here, don't even alter a word, because these are questions that have been thought through so much. So like I said, if I'm going to be with Kathy, so if I'm going to be the thinking environment, I'm going to ask Kathy, what would you like to think about and what are your thoughts? She can think about anything she wants. She might start talking about, I'm feeling cold in Malaysia. It might be as simple as that. You have no control about the content they want to talk. Yeah. Then here in this practice, Kathy will time herself for 5 minutes. Suppose she stops, say, 3 minutes, right? I offer this question. What more do you think? See, it's very important to give the pause wherever there is a comma. What more do you think or feel or want to say? And usually people will go a little more time. And if assume she finishes by 4th minute, ask the same question. Because 5 minutes is her time. Finally, she gets irritated and say, no, I don't have anything. Till then, please repeat the second question. And once it is done, then Kathy does the same process with me. She becomes the thinking environment. I become the thinker. Yeah. And after 10 minutes, what we will do is basically, we will appreciate each other. Here, the most important thing, that's where I did the first round for you about quality. This is not telling long stories. It is not about the content of what they talked about, right? The one quality you saw in the other person that you really appreciate. Usually it is 1 sentence, maximum 2 sentences, and 2 people do. Any questions about this process and method and practice?
Raja, I have a question. When I get the question, am I expected to type or write, or can I just not want to do and just sit down and just think without doing anything?
Yeah, you don't see, you might be thinking, you don't want to tell me, it is perfectly fine. Or you want to sketch, or you want to write down. But I am going to be there fully with you. Whichever form you take, I am going to give you undivided attention. One of the interesting things they say about this thinking environment is you are there, but you don't matter. It's a thinking environment.
Okay.
And what you bring is the 10 components. Like I remember my coach and trainer said is, there are times I wonder, why am I charging them? Because I'm 90 minutes, I ask one question, what do you want to think about? What are your thoughts? That person speaks 90 minutes and found solutions by themselves. She said, I'm charging for just bringing the 10 components. It's quite tough because most of us want to, our egos are big, right? So this is about pure humility and respect for the other person. Totally. Any other questions? Otherwise, we can open the breakout and then you can experience 5 minutes, 5 minutes, plus 2 minutes of appreciation, and then we can go to the next part.
Okay, Raja, can I ask you a question? I saw that you said 10 components, but I only saw 9 components.
Yeah. So the 10th component is called incisive questions. Incisive questions.
Incisive question.
Since we are not going to do that in this session, I didn't put it. So that's where if you go to timetothink.com, all 10 are very detailedly written down.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay, so Kathy, you can open the breakout. Since the number is 15, I think you also have to join one of the breakouts. And you will close it, or I should close it? Kathy?
I think it'd be better if you close it, Raja, than.
Because you will be, yeah, I will manage. Yeah.
Okay.
So all of you will self-manage time, 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 2 minutes for appreciation. 13th minute, you'll be back. Because many a time people will come back and say, oh, we didn't appreciate each other. So manage time. Yeah. And 5 minutes is a very long time, actually. So
I'll open the rooms. Thank you, Krista.
Okay, so one thing I want to tell you is that it's a decently packed session. So we will do all the practice. And finally, if you still have questions, and if you have time, I will answer. So how many of you got pulled mid sentence back to the space? Or did everybody complete everything? Wow, that's interesting. Yeah. Okay, so let's look at slide number 15. So in this method, dialogue is nothing but, again, two people building on each other's thinking. So if you look at, even though in thinking pair, it's a common question, both people might have thought about something totally different, possible, right? But here, it's a common topic on which people want to think together. Yeah. So you can go to the next slide, 16. So basically, two people create a thinking environment to think about a common topic. It's a thinking relay. Again, it starts with the question, what do you think about whatever topic it is and what are your thoughts? And the other person thinks about it and hands over by asking, what do you think? So suppose now if I am going to be, say, going to work with Barry as a thinking partner, so I will start by saying, Barry, what do you think and what are your thoughts about blah, 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 blah. Okay. And then he speaks. The key here is keep to, in some sense, keep to 90 seconds to 2 minutes as a discipline. And then hand it over to the other person. That's where the equality comes in. And then till I ask Barry, what do you think? Or what he says, what do you think back to me? I keep quiet. And the key is holding all the 10 components. Even though people say 3 minutes is good, I would say 90 seconds to 2 minutes is pretty good time for dialogue. And then the key here is in thinking pair, you are given X minutes. Same time I am given. But here it is your respect for equality you have to bring in terms of time. Like, I don't know, at least in India, I don't know, there's a very famous book called Argumentative Indians, okay? There are times when people start. I can tell you, I've heard people talking non-stop for one and a half hours in a coaching session. 90 seconds, I ask a question, I sit back, and the person can go non-stop, okay? So we need to be watchful about those tendencies. And in dialogue, disagreements are allowed. Suppose I say something and then I say, what do you think? The person may say exactly opposite to what I think. Or the person might even start with saying, I don't agree with what you said, and this is why I don't agree. But till the person asks me, what do I think? I'm supposed to shut up and listen. Yeah. And again, this will close with appreciating each other about a quality. Yeah. So the practice question is, since I wanted to do multiple things, not too many things, so what do you think about practice of thinking pairs and what are your thoughts? The first exercise or the second exercise you did is thinking pairs, right? So now you are thinking about that experience and then you are going to ask the other person, what do you think about practice of thinking pair and what are your thoughts? Then the other person speaks for maximum 2 minutes and the person says, what do you think? And then you speak and then hand over, what do you think? But the key is no interruptions, no additional questions, only undivided attention as a thinking environment. So the total time for you is 12 minutes. So if you're able to do well easily you would see minimum 3 turns each person can get. See, you can do dialogue for even 90 minutes. But here, since it's a practice, I'm giving you 12 minutes because there are, like I was talking to somebody in the 4-day workshop I did. Me and my colleague, her name is Deepa. It's a 4-day session. We did initially 15 minutes per person thinking pair. Then we did 20 minutes dialogue. A 4-day session design was done. So that's the power of this method. Yeah. And 4-day workshop, which was very difficult because people were there to kill each other. Yeah. So that's what this can do. So then finally appreciation happens. Again, one quality. And so totally with 1 minute extra, it is 15 minutes. Any questions? Again, here, don't change the question. Repeat the question answers. Yeah, Zoe. I think you're on mute. You're on mute?
No, I just said okay.
Good. Okay, Kathy, you can form new pairs. Not the same pairs. Do you have it or you don't have it?
Okay, opening the rooms up.
Hi, Julian.
How are you?
Yeah, so I'm tired, that's all. Yeah, let's see. First time I went and did 4-day face-to-face.
Okay, after a while.
And it was Deepa and I, both of us in Koramangala, stayed there also.
Oh.
The work itself is people came there to kill each other.
Oh.
Hmm.
Has it been resolved after 4 days?
Yes.
They're now like,
Yes.
okay, I don't
Finally,
know.
they are all hugging. They are all hugging and smiling and going. That is
So you
why.
get the feeling
That is
of
where for this work we got paid 12.5 lakh.
good. You get paid more.
Yeah.
Get paid more. You're stopping people from killing each other. Very
Yeah.
serious problem these days.
So then it's good, no? Then I can buy my pink
Are you telling me
iPad.
that this is the reason you are buying a pink iPad?
No, I wrote, you remember?
Yeah, I know.
I wrote to that fellow saying that bloody give me what I want.
I know. Pink is also like red. So they're very
No. See, they call it pink. But even the behind is red, same red.
Yeah, it is.
So,
It is red. I just don't think it is pink. The most strangest things they do sometimes when it comes to
no,
labeling.
Deepa calls mine pink, yeah.
Yeah, I know. What is she calling this? I was going to ask you.
Hmm?
Did she see the color for this?
No, that also she calls it pink only.
Oh,
And she doesn't want to even look at it when it comes. Okay. Anyway, so basically what I want to do is this quarter I want to buy this. Next quarter I want to buy the red watch. Okay. So I want everything.
correct. These two things.
No.
Then?
That one we will think after January.
Okay.
This one you can order even today. Because I went and checked everything online, how much the price, everything. Okay. So I want also the keyboard. I think
So what are you looking first is red. You want cellular one?
better, no? Because see, because I have SIM cards, Airtel SIM card. If I put and use it, then I don't need to connect some nonsense to that.
See, what to tell people. By default, you'll be having your account in this, right? It has a feature where it connects to your phone hotspot automatically anyway. And it saves you a lot of money. So that's the only thing I tell.
So you are saying it's better to use phone to connect it instead of doing this. Yeah, I know, because even my Mac book, right? Immediately will ask Raja's iPhone is there. Do you want to join? Yeah, I think it is. See, yeah, what you say makes a lot of sense, Julian. I think it saves money.
Saves money. We'll primarily look at no cellular. If that's not available, maybe red or something, maybe then we can look at the cellular option.
So it is 256 is the highest, right?
4 and 2.
Yeah. And then I want the pencil. I want the keyboard. Please check whether that has a finally red color.
The keyboard does not come in that color.
No, it comes.
Right. Let me check. Anyway, I'll verify this thing.
And white keyboard, not black.
You want the red iPad and the white keyboard?
Illamma, the keyboard inside will be white, no?
Right.
They also have black and white, right?
Not for this keyboard. Let me just verify.
So if you remember last time, for something we were talking about, you said better buy the black one. It's the same thing we talked about. So it won't become dirty and all that.
Right.
I don't want black because black reminds me of Logitech. White reminds me of Mac. So basically what I'm saying is white color in outside red.
And 256 GB?
256, highest possible. Because at least I need to keep it for 6 years, man. Because I checked in iPad Pro, they don't have colors. As of now.
The keyboard now, what you're talking about, there is only one more color white for this. That's it. So all set.
No,
Nothing to discuss.
No, but the outside, if you ask for a pink one, the red one will come, is it?
No. So the device, as you've seen in images, the front is black and the body is red. The keyboard has two parts, the case and the keyboard and trackpad part of it, right? And then the pencil, all of these are full white, 100% of it.
Let me check the mail.
Because that's what I also saw. You also verified, but I understood what it is. The magic keyboard with magic keyboard folio. For iPad
Yes.
That's the one you're looking at. Yeah, we can figure that out. Then Apple Care is there. So these are the things.
Yeah.
Apple, yeah, all sorted.
Apple Care also. See, what I will do, I will check the website and then, and please check because I'm very sure. See, I'm very sure they are not idiots. Okay.
Who? Apple.
Apple.
Okay.
I'm 100% sure. So let me check keyboards. New.
I've already seen only one color. I'm feeling it. Looking at thought, you looked at the case because that is there in red.
What case?
So it's called Smart Folio, which basically is just the other part of the. It's not the keyboard and trackpad. It's just a flipboard case. You know, your old.
No. See, listen. What I'm saying is the keyboard will be white, but the back of the keyboard is going to be red.
Correct. You also verify one.
Wait, let me go to iPad and iPad new.
All this now. So the website on the iPad and also the accessories page, keyboard page. So you also see. Anyway, post.
No. Wait. If you go to the video, no. You go to iPad 10th generation, correct?
Yes.
Then you go slowly go down.
Slowly going down.
Can you see now? The cover is same color.
One second, checking.
Slowly.
Can you tell me some words?
There's no words.
You're talking about the 10th generation page, right?
So, are you on your machine or no?
Yeah, I am. I'm on the screen. I'm on MacBook. I'm on the Apple website. On the top, I see Store, Mac, and iPad.
No. Wait. I'm in apple.com.
I'm also on Apple.
Lovable, rawable, magical.
Yeah, I'm seeing.
I'm going slowly down. Okay.
Slowly.
Then it is just showing the keyboard and showing the color.
It says all screen on.
Yeah. Then now just see it's all twisting and turning.
Okay, I'm here.
There you will see the whatever the folio you're talking about, all colors is there.
I saw what you saw. Keyboard and all is there, but there is something which is red.
Yes.
Red, case alone. It is not a keyboard.
Hello, I understand, yeah. I'm not expecting the keyboard like pink keyboard that came with my iMac. So when I close it, both sides are same color. That's all.
Oh, yeah. That is the case.
Yes.
Right.
That is all I'm talking.
So you need the iPad in red. You want the case in red. Do you also need the keyboard?
Obviously.
You can't use the case and the keyboard together all the time. You'll have to keep swapping them out.
No. What is a case?
1 minute. I'll tell you where to go. Go to the top of this page. You see why text.
Okay, can I call you back by after 7:30?
Now you have joined this currently busy. Please try later. ನೀವು ಡಯಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ನಂಬರ್ ಪ್ರತ್ಯೇಕವಾಗಿದೆ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸಮಯ आपके द्वारा डायल किया गया नंबर अभी व्यस्त है
Julian, I will call you after 7:30. Okay. Hello. Kathy?
Yes.
I think I made a mess of time.
Okay.
everybody finished appreciation also or no?
We have in our room.
Yeah, we have as well, almost.
Yeah, mine too.
So why don't you open the room for 2 minutes for appreciation and come back?
Okay.
Should not be, I messed it up because there is two more minutes still.
All right. Some people left the room earlier. Can I just know who's Barry's partner, Zoe's partner, Belle's partner, Rupa and Krista?
We, Kathy, Krista and myself, we have done the appreciation already.
Tuk Ching and I also done.
Yeah, Belle and I has also completed.
Zoe?
Selva and I also done. Thanks.
Actually, I haven't tell City his yet, so I can just do it now. Then the end, don't need open breakout room.
Let me also check with the rest as well. So Zoe, you and Siti.
Kathy,
Krista, you were done?
Kathy, even if 2 people have not completed, open the room again.
Okay.
Others can go and generally chat and come. No problem.
Okay. So let me just check. Barry, who was your partner?
Andy.
Andy.
Hmm.
Zoe, you were with Siti.
Kathy, can I open the room again?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm opening. You have 2 minutes. Yeah. So you have finished. Kathy? Yeah. So everybody's back. Now, before we go for the closing round, couple of things, just 2 slides. Slide number 18. So typically, most of the people to decide whether they want to go through the route of time to think, whether it's a coaching route or training route, there is a different people do differently. Like I remember Kathy did this with me. It's 3 half-a-days in Zoom, and the group size cannot be more than 10. So basically in that transforming meetings, these are the 4 principles. Everyone matters. Accurate view of reality includes what's going well, which is about appreciation. Knowing you won't be interrupted allows you to think, truly think for yourself, which is about not interruption and attention. Exploring one's own idea in depth can liberate thinking of the group. So these are the 4 principles. But when you do that transforming meeting program, you kind of get sense of. So now I'm in 19. In case you feel interested to say, yes, whatever we did today seems to make sense to you, then what is the route you can take? So I would say you should attend transforming meetings. So you see this 1.5 hour, you might not know, right? That would tell you whether you want to pursue, not to pursue. After transforming meetings, still you can use these 4 fundamental blocks. Nobody's going to stop you. Okay. Then there are 2 routes. One is facilitation route, which means like the way I'm doing with you, you are allowed to do free sessions as well as charged sessions. So for that, you go through foundation course and foundation facilitator certification course. And coaching route, you go to thinking partnership course and coach certification course. And for both the certifications, there is practicum. Practice and writing. And after you do all this, I think there is one more course. And if you finish that, then you become faculty. Globally, I think today we have around less than 30 people as faculty. So that's what the approach is. If it makes sense to you, you can contact me or Kathy. And let's go to positive closing round. Yeah. Go to slide number 22. So 30 seconds means maximum 3 sentences, 2 sentences. That's all it is. What was most valuable for you in this session? We go clockwise in VRT. So whoever is ready can start. If nothing was valuable, you can say nothing was valuable. That is also fine.
Can I start again?
Yeah, why not, Barry?
Okay. Sorry, did you want 3 sentences or 3 words?
3 sentences, 30 seconds.
30 seconds. Oh, okay. What I'm appreciative of is to understand that there is a method of how do you say, facilitating thinking within the individual and within partnerships and also within groups, and the importance of the environment in thinking and its contribution towards a more meaningful exchange.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So I think clockwise, I'm the person. For me, what is valuable today was, I've never done a 1.5 hour introduction. So I thought it will be very difficult, but looks like we might still manage time well. As of now, it looks like, I don't know when we finish. Yeah, that's the most valuable thing from me. Yeah. JJ. We are going the way the arrow shows the VRT. Yeah.
To do thinking in silence and not respond is really challenging. I just want to say, so we live in a verbal world, so that's a challenge. I learned something new from you, Raja, thinking to ignite. So this is something I'm going to practice and work hard, because the other two, I think I'm capable already, but to ignite is the new thing for me. Thank you very much for sharing this.
I found it a very interesting exercise because we all live in a world where we like to talk and talking and talking and talking. And even though we do reflection, it is always in a very organic way when we're doing something else, cooking, showering, doing some mindless activity, and then we're just thinking, at the back. But when we're forced into a constrained environment like this, like JJ says, it's really hard. So yes, something to do in a more mindful way. Thank you.
What I found really valuable is the fact that I can just think and I can explore all of the different corners of my thinking. Whereas, sometimes, especially when it comes to decision making or, thinking through choices, it's this or that, and we go straight away to the decision part itself. But it's a place to explore all of the nooks and crannies of the thinking, and that my brain can take myself wherever I want to go. And that's a very freeing thing. Yeah.
Is Rome here or would it be me? Okay, so for me, the value for this session was the thinking pair's second question. I really appreciate the fact that if you wait and you keep going at that next level, something beautiful will come out. It was always there and meant to come out. It's just the opportunity for it to arise would be with silence and a steady question. Thanks.
For me, actually, the key message to bring back is like how to develop an independent thinking. I always think of exchange thinking, but not develop an independent thinking. There's a lot of information around us, so actually how to help people to develop this by actually listening to respond, and that three kinds of listening. I think that's yeah, it's very valuable for me for today's session. Thank you.
Yeah, I think it's my turn. Yeah. For me, the most valuable is just forcing me just to listen. I have no choice, but I have to just listen. Yeah, that was good, and really, I don't have to do anything. Yeah.
Who's next?
Who, your turn? Siti? Who? Your turn.
Okay, for me, the valuable insight that I can gain from this exercise is very similar to Andy. Listen profoundly without interrupting the other party, which is not easy. Usually, I tend to respond when people speak, I see, or I seek clarification. So for this exercise, it is a very deliberate attempt by me to listen without interrupting. So I think it's a skill which we can acquire. Thanks to Raja for your sessions. Allow me to exercise this, and hopefully over time, I should improve in this area. Thank you.
The most valuable for me is learning how to bite my tongue and wait for the prompt, what do you think? Wow. Because I want to tell him already what I think. To hold back until I'm invited to was a challenge, but valuable, because I could see from, especially the second session we were in, that keeping quiet until I was asked allowed my partner then to really reflect and come out with something that was very, very good. Thank you. Thanks, Raja.
For me, it would be the thinking pairs exercise. I really like that exercise, and I feel it's something that I should practice within my community on hopefully a weekly or daily basis. It's just the feeling of feeling heard by someone and just listening to someone without any judgments and just to listen. Yeah. So thank you, Raja.
Okay, for me, I like quite a number of like Andy, Siti, and also Mala. It's true, challenging to listen, and when you have the similar thought with the person or the topic is talked about, I think it's good. And as a speaker itself, when it's your turn to speak, when other people do not interrupt you with your thinking process, I think this will help the speaker think further and try to dig more of the thought, no, without influenced by the questions or clarifications by others. I think this exercise obviously trained on the listening skill. I would say that's challenging. Anyway, thanks Raja for the knowledge.
Vivian?
Okay, oh, Rina is not around. Okay, so as for me, thanks Raja. I think this is a very good session. What most valuable to me is, first of all, as personally, when I'm asked to think and not speak, and with the time given, I feel that I can focus and my mind doesn't go everywhere and think everything. So I just focus on what I want to think. And secondly, as the listening environment, the thinking environment, I feel that I learned to listen and how to say not interrupt, and I give that silent moment, that the time for the person is important. So I will have to practice that and put that in mind as well. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Maybe Selva and then Belle.
Okay, so we are done. Or...
Selva and then Belle.
Okay. Here, I find this exercise kind of hard. When you started in the beginning, but then when having the line, what do you think, when you let the other party to start talking, and you have to hold a lot of questions. You have the curiosity, a lot of curiosity that comes in, but then this exercise allow you to hold the horses before you start to ask question. I like the opportunity given, that to get a clear picture on the both conversation. Thank you.
Belle?
Sorry. What I enjoyed about this session is the thinking pairs. It felt like as if it's sitting down with a friend just without coffee. Exactly. Yes, just listening, being there for another person, it really felt good. Yeah, I really appreciate this exercise. Thank you so much.
Okay, before I hand it over to Kathy, couple of things. This is a book, latest book of Nancy, The Promise That Changes Everything. I won't interrupt you. Yeah, so surely it is there on Amazon. I'm not sending link because I have Amazon India link. So it's an amazing book. Yeah. So that is one thing. Then, as I said, timetothinc.com has enough things to look at. And apart from that, I think, yeah, so I was thinking, I think what Belle said was beautiful. one of the things we always, I have been told when I went for foundation courses, find a person to have thinking pair at least once a week. It can be between this people here, or for example, you have the PDF. You can talk to your spouse, talk to your friend and say, hey, this is how we do. And do 15 minutes plus 2 minutes appreciation, at least once a week. You will suddenly realize that your ability to hold the 10 components become really strong. Because as all of you are consultants, it's all about building muscles, right? Building thinking muscle, building listening muscle. So here, it's about building the 10 components as a muscle. And thinking pair, if you can do 15 minutes, 2 minutes appreciation with whomever you can work with, right? You don't need to work with only these people. After a few months, you will come back and say, no, like many of you said, it's difficult. You will find it, it's a joy to hold the 10 components. Yeah. And apart from that, I just told Kathy, in case if there is enough number of people, I can, typically I run transforming meetings as 3 half-a-days Zoom, because I add few elements which are usually not done in transforming meetings, because without that, it doesn't look nice. So if there are enough people, we can always offer it for people who are interested. Usually the group size is minimum 6, maximum 10. More than 10 is difficult. Yeah. Yeah, Kathy, over to you. Sorry, we have overshot by 8 minutes already.
Thank you so much, Raja. Really, really appreciate the sharing, and I think what it's also doing for the community that is gathered here. And I think all of us come from so many different backgrounds, and just seeing how the ripple effects are going to go from here into our own smaller communities. So I really want to appreciate you for your sharing, and I want to thank everyone who is here and for being here the whole week. This is the last session for the week. Give yourselves a round of applause. And we will see you next Saturday for our closing. Have a wonderful long holiday. Happy Deepavali to all of those who are celebrating. And we will see you soon. Take care, everyone. Yes, Raja.
Happy Deepavali to all the Indians friends.
Happy Deepavali, all of you. Enjoy the long weekend.
Yeah, happy Deepavali too.
Deepavali. Bye.
And Selva, I hope you get to drive to Penang.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Bye,
Good night, everyone. Bye bye.
Okay, bye.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.